So we're going to have a presentation from the iGEM delegates that were sponsored to come and attend the event. And I welcome them. We have Rana Salah from Egypt. Rana is a final year student pursuing Bachelor's of Cellular and Molecular Biology from the American University of Cairo. She's going to be presenting with our another delegate from Kenya, Mary, who has a bachelor's in biomedicine and also currently working in Kenya as a human centered designer. So Mary and Rana, you're welcome to come and give the presentation. So we can give them an applaud as they are coming. And online we are joined with Dr. Faith Onditi, who is a professor in Kenya, working in the malaria control program at the Institute of Primate Research. So she joined online, but also she was sponsored to attend the conference by iGEM, and she will be with us online, and possibly during the panel discussion, she's going to be able to give her view.
Hello everyone, I'm Rana Salah, as introduced by Erikan. So today we're gonna talk more about our iGEM experiences across Africa. And so we don't really need at this point a new introduction to iGEM. So I will move directly to tell you why iGEM was special for my own experience. So we have iGEM like special for a lot of reasons. So the first one is that it's a research experience that is really rich, and it's actually with minimal constraints. So I want to tell you that when you are, for my case in Egypt, and you are still a high school student or a freshman or a sophomore at your undergrad studies, and you are really interested in synthetic biology and you want to start to work on research, you won't have this high opportunity to go and work in a research center, for example, or have like a project or a doctor that is offering you a full experience as rich as iGEM. So here you have the opportunity to go through this research, and you have the opportunity in order to go and choose your own topic, choose the project that you want to go on, go just like you have no limit for the ideas that you want to work or the technologies you want to be involved with. And it doesn't have like the age limit. You can go with, you are still a high school student, and you can really meet new people in your network. So for the network part, it's not only a network that is like local. So certainly I met a lot of people who are interested in Synbio and Cairo that helped me a lot. I didn't even know that they were existing before entering iGEM. And it's actually an international network, and we are experiencing this at the most here now. So it's a big thing to be standing here and staying here and meeting people from all over Africa who are really doing great impact and great work in the field of synthetic biology. So another also two important points is that it's a real-life application and it's a multidisciplinary competition. So what is actually the impact of this is that when you are working at the lab and you are the best at it, you don't experience that much about other fields. So you can have your project and it's perfect, but you don't know much about the business part, or you don't know much about the marketing. So at iGEM we have all of this together. So it's actually a proof that synthetic biology is not only for biologists, it's actually for all humans that are interested in engineering, business, economics, graphic design, whatever the part that they are interested in. You can contribute to synthetic biology and you can make an actual change. And that was an important part to convince people at my university, because when we were doing the recruitment and we were start like launching the team, and we were the very first team to participate from AUC in the competition and the third team in Egypt. So we needed to do the recruitment step, and we were just only 3 students from biology, but we had like 13 more members from different majors like engineering, like actuarial science, like graphic design, economics, business, and we had actually different fields of engineering that I didn't expect that we have actually from petroleum engineering, mechanical engineering, computer engineering. And what's really interesting is that they didn't only work in their fields, they explored in new fields. So we had the one from petroleum engineering actually working and doing business models, and we had the one from mechanical engineering doing the graphic abstract. So it's actually fulfilling, and it's like, it's going beyond your limits, and you're exploring everything new about yourself. So, next slide, please. Okay. Okay. So mainly what we are going here, what I wanted to mention is that for the bio ventures, we are not really having this impact. So we are more having like a high growth in research, but we are not having this high growth in bio ventures. So we want to go and fix this gap. So here we have a list of, next slide. So we have a list of the challenges that should be filled. So the first part is that the funding. So I wanted to ask you a question that, is it actually we seek funding in an individual effort, or it's actually a conservative system that we have? We need to answer this. And also for the technology. And when we say that we don't have technology, do we think about this in a local one, so in your own country or in your region in general? And also for the experience and knowledge. So how many teams are trying to participate? If you want to increase this number, so it will be always their first time. So what they do really need to learn, and how much time this will cost them. And also the consistency. So many teams consider iGEM from Africa that they participate only for one time. So it's mainly they are treating it as a learning experience, and it's not actually not only a learning experience, it's a thing that you can use for your business in the future. And we are having different policies in different countries, and this is affecting the society acceptance and the awareness level, and we are also having a limited scope of thinking. So I'm encouraging you to think Africa, to think outside of the scope of your country, and start to integrate and see the futures that we are all going to benefit from these projects. So next slide, please. So some of the proposed opportunities I have to you is that we have to start to re-engineer trainings. So trainings mainly in Egypt is more focused on the academic part and the materials that you have to go and study. But there is no much workshops and hands-on experiences. So that's a main issue that we need to solve, and to start to re-engineer trainings that actually prepare students to be good scientists and researchers. We need to have unified teams. So for example, we don't have a team that should participate from only one university. So if a university in Africa that was successful in joining a team, we can start to have more members from other universities. So they can recruit new members or 2 members that can be trained with them from other universities. They can have advisors from previous teams, so they fill the gap of the experience. They can have instructors from different institutions as well. And also we have to need a hub for teams applications. So we are having a lot of students wanting to join iGEM and they don't know how to start. So if you're having a hub for this teams application, we can go and start to help them either in funding, either in mentorship, either in finding how to start. And I thought about this and starting an iGEM AUC club where it's gonna be a hub where all of the teams from Egypt who wanna join, they can come to us and we can guide them through the process from A to Z and tell them more about the stakeholders that we have. So that's the part for the informatics infrastructure. So we need to have a database where we have all of the stakeholders that can be funding internationally and nationally in Africa. And we have a list of the bio ventures, so we don't know what bio ventures are actually existing and working and what challenges they are facing. And we need also to have a list of what tools are available across Africa, so that if you want a certain tool and it's not available in your country, you just can go there and have lab access. And this can be mediated by the hubs that we created, so you have a certain labs that are offering access for students working in iGEM. And for academia, we need to know how much synthetic biology majors are we having in Africa. Actually, we don't know, we have none in Egypt, and I don't know about Africa because there is no a certain database mentioning, but we have to start by ourselves because we know the connections and we can do this in each country. And also we need to start to do like partnerships with the bioventures so they can offer employer educator interns in order to give them the experience that they really need across, specifically for the business itself. And we have for the bioeconomy, it's a very large like impact or long impact one, but we don't have to start big. We can start small, and we can start always by showing people what impact we are having from a certain project so they start to be convinced that it is doing a change like what happened in COVID-19 vaccines. So next slide. So what we should be working on, so here is just, we can summarize it, so you can click it, you can just, it's 3 clicks, please. You can move the next slide again. So we have here highlighted again that they started by having the first international conference in 2004. Next slide. So then they also started to do the research centers. So that's our next step, that we need to have like the suggested ones, the centers of excellence. And next slide. And then we will start to need to have like a global board where we are having like real policies and we are having a bioeconomy blueprint as in US. So the next slide and the final one for me is that we are having Africa as a honeycomb. So we want to start to work with each country to have our data set prepared, and we have to start now directly working and to think smart in order to fill the gaps that we have highlighted. And we have to think about global village, our way as a global village, because actually we're having a lot of teams from Europe and from the US. They are working to solve the problems for us in Africa. Like at UDELF when we were in 2020, they were trying to solve the problem with the biofertilizers and the crops and this stuff. So we are actually, they need to get data, so they don't have the real problems, they are not facing the real problem as we do. We need to share with them data. So if you're having a place where is actually all iGEM teams in Africa can reach, and the global companies can reach as well, we can do this. And also, we wanted to highlight that it's not only the problem with synthetic biology, we are having a problem in biology in general and how it can be applied to real lives. That's, we need to work on social acceptance. So in order to work to social acceptance, actually, we need to work not from the beginning, but from the end. So if you have projects that have good results and we have businesses and the people see the outcome, they'll start to be convinced that we are doing really good job. And actually, Africa is not missing. Africa is, we are having great people and they are offering different institutions here, but it's across all over the world, and we are not having an own network, and we are not working together. We are more separated in different institutions. So if we get this whole power together, it will be a great change. So currently we have a team, and the next slide. But then I can see that we are going to be having a reality as we did made this conference work this year. Thank you so much, and we'll leave you with Mary.
Next slide, please. Good morning. I'm Mary. I'm part of Team ABSI Kenya. I'll be participating in iGEM for the first time this year. So, Rana, thank you for the recommendations you gave in regards to what Africa can do in building their capacity. So my experiences may be a bit different, considering it's my first encounter with synthetic biology this year. Despite the challenges we faced, registering our team, coming up with funds, figuring out the science on our own, iGEM provides numerous supports for you, from having mentors to having professional support in case the science is too new for you. Other than that, they also provide safety protocols for you to follow from the onset all the way to the end. Just as, if I recall correctly, Dr. Yassif yesterday mentioned, the safety and regulation is just not a one-step process. It starts from the funders all the way to the publishers. And in this case, iGEM being an international interdisciplinary body, these are standards they have to ensure they implement. So in this case, from the onset, they have a registry of parts, which they are screened. Other than that, they provide a white list. This is a list from where you can get organisms that are safety standard lab organisms that you could use. And then from there, they provide scrutiny in case you're using an exotic organism, and all the way to the end. In this case, we see safety as a concern since we have approximately 7 labs which are level 3 and level 4 in all of Africa. But my experience, and other than knowledge acquisition and support and the safety logistics placed by the iGEM program. I feel like this is worth something to look into if you want to not only network and develop your skills, but also grow in synthetic biology and expand your experiences. Yes, thank you.